Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sash. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Hello. Welcome back to the Smoke Sesh podcast. My name is Hannah, your host, and I'm so excited to be back with you all on this honestly kind of beautiful little Tuesday. Thank you guys for listening to the birthday episode. I know it's not what we usually do, but I do like to find little ways, especially with a birthday, to celebrate and to share just what I've learned and, what I've taken throughout the years. I know that's kind of what you join me here for every single week, but, switching it up every once in a while is fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. We are back to regularly scheduled content today. We have a lot of questions to get to kind of make up for last week. And I know you guys have a lot on your minds. I do too. Probably too much. Safe to say, probably way too much going on in my fucking head currently. Anybody else feel like they're running from their demons? Anybody else feel like they're overwhelmed with anxiety 24/7? Because that's what I've been going through. Your girl, if I'm being honest, has been struggling. She has been struggling quite a bit. That's the funny thing with life, You have your goods, you have your bads, you have your problems to work out, you think you have it solved, and then it switches up a little bit, or you think you have it figured out, and then there's new lessons to learn. Life is just funny like that, if I'm gonna be real. So I'm trying to stay, during hard times, all you can really do is be patient with yourself and truly try and take whatever lesson you can through the struggles you're going through. So that's what I've been trying to do recently. But girlies, safe to say it's been a little hard. I will say the sunshine and warm weather does make up for it. If I was going through this during winter, like 8 feet of snow, I probably would have been committed to a psych ward at this point. Honestly, the sunshine is saving me. Please get outside. My parents took off to Sicily for 2.5 weeks, so you know what that means. I am watching their dog, which usually I hate doing, but honestly, since I have been so just full of fight or flight anxiety, insane amount of overthinking, the 3 times a day walks really are helping, truly. And I understand why people get dogs, especially when they're depressed, to kind of, get into a routine and have something to live for other than themselves, especially when it's hard to live for yourself. I'm like, okay, I get it. I do get it. So I really have been enjoying, I wake up in the morning and immediately go for like a 30-minute walk. We've been trying to do about an hour and a half walk in the afternoons and then another good little 30-minute walk at the end of the day. And honestly, a little sunshine on your face and some deep breathing exercises while moving at a very quick pace does help. But you guys, I started therapy a month ago. I've been going every 2 weeks so far. And I started therapy because I felt like my anxiety was in a place that was uncontrollable. I've always had anxiety. I've a generalized anxiety condition my entire life. And when I was like 14, 15, 16 in my teen years, it kind of felt the same way it does now, where I was living in fight or flight mode constantly, and it truly is so draining. Now, I took the time, especially when I was younger, to learn, to heal, to do what I need to do to grow from it. And it is safe to say that I have had a really good past 5 to 10 years, however many years in between, with pretty limited anxiety, or I felt like I had the tools and the coping mechanisms where when I did have a flare up, I was very quickly able to satiate it, to rationalize my emotions, to ask myself, what is my anxiety telling me, to learn from it and to move on fairly quickly to the point where it wasn't bothering me. But this year, you guys know, I went through kind of a really long health scare with my cutie little cat Danger. Luckily, we are in the clear now. Thank you all for your kind wishes. But that was about 5 months of me being in constant fight or flight mode, like high anxiety, wondering what's going on, unsure, spending a lot of money. I mean, I'm happy to spend them, not happy, but I'm willing to spend the money. Like, I don't care about that, but just like overwhelming emotions. I was in that state for such a long time that now my body, if I'm not in that state, when I'm like calm, it feels like that's not normal, and it kind of pushes me back into that anxiety mode. So that's what I've been struggling with, and that's what me and my therapist have been trying to deal with. And you know what her first piece of advice was? This is always my first goddamn piece of advice that any therapist, any like even like my women's health doctor, which I'm having a health scare with her as well, like I'm like, girl, please call me back because these test results are not good, safe to say. But everybody asks, every doctor in my life asks, are you working out? When I say, oh, I have overwhelming anxiety, oh, I'm super depressed, blah blah blah, well, are you working out? When you're depressed or facing like intense anxiety, you're like, bitch, that's not what I want to fucking hear. Honestly, I just want you to feed me a pill so I can feel better. I'm not doing that. But like, that's the kind of the last thing you want to hear. And it does piss me off a little bit. But I hate to break it to you guys. They're right. They're right. They're honestly so right. So unfortunately, I fear I must get back into my workout routine just to kind of have a way to physically run away from the demons and also exert energy. I feel like, especially like if you think of like a child or an overactive dog, you have to tire them out so they're not just like overwhelming themselves, you know, almost like scaring themselves with the amount of energy they have. And I do think our minds act the same way. And if we are not practically exhausting ourselves or like staying busy or, you know, keeping ourselves mentally in tune, then your brain's gonna find something to ruminate on, and usually it's not fucking good. And it's not gonna be good, especially if it's on the goddamn phone. My therapist banned me from using Google. She's like, no more Google. Google is not your friend, girl. You are not allowed to use Google, because I'm Googling symptoms, I'm Googling the most random fucking things you could ever think of, and like scaring myself. And it is just not a healthy way to live. Please free me from my mind. Oh my God. But listen, we'll get out of it. I understand, you know, what caused it. I know the trigger. And I also know that my anxiety now is not necessarily based in reality. So I do have that to at least rely on. A lot of it is very intrusive thoughts. I saw someone post the other day, which cracked me up. They were like, I have insane intrusive thoughts, and my therapist recommended me writing them down next to a picture of Donald Trump because he is the last person I will ever even listen to or rely on for any piece of source of information at fucking all. Like, everything that comes out of his mouth is a goddamn lie. So when you have like a visualization tool of like, your intrusive thoughts do not hold weight, let's put it next to an image of something that you do not respect or does not hold weight, it really helps you like emphasize like, oh wow, these intrusive thoughts do not matter. We can release them, we can let them go, we cannot give them weight. But listen, one step at a time. And if you find yourself randomly struggling or randomly like, wow, why am I going through it out of nowhere? Sometimes life's just that way. Sometimes life throws us a curveball. Sometimes we do go through a hard time. Sometimes we have some fucking trauma to work through. And that doesn't mean just because it's hard that you shouldn't. In fact, it probably is more of a sign that you should take advantage of that situation to learn, to grow, to heal yourself, and to move forward. Because I know that the work that I have done in the past has made me such a strong human being, such a strong individual, such a, you know, just powerful and hardworking and loving and caring and kind person. And that hard work was hard fucking work, but the payoff is tenfold always. So sure, going through a hard time, we'll get through it and we will come out on the other side better than we ever fucking have been. But I did have someone ask, what do you do in the morning, especially when you have morning anxiety? I also am the person who is waking up at, honestly, any hour of the day with extreme anxiety. Whether it's 3 a.m., me waking up and starting to Google things, bad, don't do that. Whether it's 8 a.m. as soon as I wake up, whether it's right before bed. I have started kind of implementing things now that I've sat down with my therapist and talked out how to work through these in my daily routine that have really helped. One, first of all, I wake up immediately. You need to chug water, not caffeine. Caffeine, if you have anxiety, is not your friend at all. It is not here to help you. I unfortunately am a substance whore, so I do need my caffeine or I will have physical withdrawals, but it does not need to be the first thing in my body. Okay, the first thing in my body needs to be water and probably food, not a double shot of espresso straight to the dome. Okay, you can have that in a second. Pause, chill. Drink some water, make sure your brain is taken care of, make sure your body's taken care of. Then you can move forward, all right? I've also been implementing, especially in the mornings when my anxiety is bad, like ice baths, but not for my entire body, not in like a gym bro. I'm trying to rapid heal my muscles. I'm kind of, I guess, trying to rapid heal my brain, but I will take a bowl of ice cold water and I will dunk my face in it over and over again, and it does have a funny way of shocking my system into at least neutrality in a very nice way, and also feels very refreshing, especially first thing in the morning. I'll wrap a towel around my neck so I'm not like just dripping in water because that's so overstimulating, and then I'll just dunk my face in ice water, pull it out, take a breather. If I need to go again, do it again, wipe my face off, and then I'll go sit outside of my front porch in the sun and let it dry off and do some deep breathing in positivity, breathing out negativity, until I feel like I have somewhat of a regulated nervous system to work with. Then I make my coffee. Then you can have your stimulants, okay? And not too much, okay, girl? And yes, now I need to start implementing as well, just working out more. I need to definitely move my body. I need to have some sort of workout routine, whether it's Pilates. I do really miss doing Pilates, or yoga, or even just going on a walk. That is workout in itself. I mean, there is no hierarchy to it. Simply moving your body is priority. And then also for my spiritual girlies, because I am a spiritual bitch, don't fucking come for me. It helps me. It works. Believe it or not. Yes, witchcraft does work. I just shared with the Patreon girlies. Shout out patreon.com/smokesashotty. I made an anxiety spell jar. I do love a spell jar, especially when it comes to either wanting to bottle something up or wanting to attract something. And so I shared how I made that with you guys, but essentially I just wanted a place where, especially like when my anxiety was at an all-time high the other day, to bottle up my worries and to put them somewhere else physically, and to physically remove them from my body. Another great tool is to take a piece of paper, write down what is stressing you out, write down what is causing you anxiety, worry, depression, whatever it may be, the negative emotion that you're feeling, write it down on a piece of paper, crumple it up, throw it away. I love that tool. I think it's such a physical reminder that it's okay to have these emotions. They're not based on reality. Let's put them down, get them out of our head, and get them the fuck away from us. But it's summer. It's time to have a good time. I fear June is calling me to do growth and healing, and I am picking up the fucking call, and I am going to answer it, safe to say. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to get outside. We're going to enjoy the sunshine, this weather while we got it before it's too goddamn hot. We are going to grow. We are going to learn, and we are going to come out on the other side better than we ever have been. But I hope you all have been doing well and, having a great, fantastic little sexy girl summer out there. I know I have. If you want to see some pool pics of me, check it out at Hannah Marlene. I've been having a great time. I'm posting a lot on Instagram. I have a Hong Kong style mango pancake recipe coming up. If you are looking for something lightly sweet and mango-y, I love mango season. It's so fucking good. That should be up by Tuesday or Wednesday. depending on when I am done editing. But oof, so good. So many more recipes coming. So much more to share with you guys. Follow me there at Hannah Marlene. And I do submit the questions you are about to hear there every single Sunday. They are up for 24 hours. So I make sure I'm in tune with the collective. You can submit them there on my Instagram, or just send me a little DM, send me a little call-in voice message to my Instagram, and I will see it there. But with that being said, enough of my rambling. I hope I didn't stress you guys out with my anxiety. I just know, one of the things I talked about in my birthday episode is no matter what emotion you're feeling, or no matter what you're going through, no matter how isolated you feel, somebody else out there is going through it, or somebody else has been through it before. That's what's so comforting kind of in just like the human existence, is we're not special in that way, where we are set up in a very specific way, and our humanness is very equalizing in that sort of way. We are all kind of connected. And so hopefully me sharing what I'm going through maybe inspires some of you guys to, get help if you need it, or just know that you're not alone. Know that your struggles that you're going through are valid, and you are seen, and you can do better. You can come out on the other side stronger. And you know what? I'm happy to hold your hand along the way. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Enough of me rambling. Let's get into everything on your mind. Oh, also, I left the balloons up not because of my birthday, but because it's Pride, and I just love the rainbow balloons. I think it's very fitting. Happy Pride to all my gays, my theys, whoever wants to be included in that. I love that Pride falls in Gemini season. I think it is very, very fitting, because Geminis truly are a one-size-fits-all kind of sign. I think it makes a lot of sense that Pride is occurring during Gemini season. I'm definitely somewhere on the spectrum there with you guys. Not sure where exactly I fall. I would say the closest label I would probably fit into is the B, standing up for my Bs out there, the bisexuals. I get a lot of questions like, how do you know you're bisexual if you have never dated a girl? Listen, I know I could definitely munch box if it was in front of me. It's very simple to understand what you like and what you don't like. I do think, of course, labels are important, especially for just like being able to claim space for yourself, especially in a world that is very obviously a little aggressive to people who are outside of the quote unquote norm. So bitch, get out there, claim that space. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be yourself 1,000%. But also, I found it very hard when I was younger to kind of understand my fluidity or my sexuality, because there were so many boxes, but I felt like I never checked just one box, And listen, sexuality, it's a spectrum. As long as you know what you like, that is all that matters, Get out there, be gay, have a good ass time, period. That is what June is all about. We had Pride this weekend in Kansas City, and I feel so bad because it was downpouring rain, but best believe they were still outside. The parade goes right by my house. I was waving from my balcony like, yes, love y'all, period. I'm glad that people still showed up for each other. The community here is so incredible to see, just supporting one another and getting out, and every year just gets bigger and bigger and stronger, and more people show up, and that just makes my heart genuinely so happy. First Pride I ever went to was in high school. I think I was a junior, because I had this friend who was in all my art classes, and she was a freshman, and she was like, I want to go to my first Pride. And I was like, okay girl, like I'll take you, whatever. I've never been either, but I got nothing to do on a Saturday, like let's go. And I remember that first Pride, it had one stage. I remember Monet Exchange played, and it was very small, maybe like 10 tents and one small stage. And now, bitch, they shut down half the city for that shit. And it makes my heart so incredibly happy just to see, like, Kansas City come around a little bit, to see the community get bigger and stronger, and just to see everybody stand strong beside each other and show up for a good ass time, period. That's what it's all about. Show up for your friends, especially right now, especially with all the fucking chaos happening in America right now, and just in the world in general. We need community now more than ever. We need positivity for one another now more than ever. We need to show up for each other, stay strong beside each other, and love on one each other. So happy Pride. I love you guys. Someone said, I wish I felt more comfortable in feminine clothes, makeup, accessories. Advice? Maybe, the feminine side just isn't for you, and there's no shame in that at all. I understand, being a woman and wanting to, be female presenting, but truly, if it doesn't make you comfortable, then why would you want to form yourself into that box? I mean, if it's something that you're like aspiring to be and something that you do genuinely want in your heart, but maybe it's new and that's why it's uncomfortable, I say just, try new things, stick it out, feel it out, but also, if you don't feel like you present that way and you don't want to present that way, you should not feel a need to do so. You don't have to do so. I know there's a societal pressure to do so, but you should always be listening to your heart and what you feel most comfortable in at that time. In your head and your heart, somewhere in the middle, what feels right. You do know that. Of course, there's a bunch of outside noise, okay? But it's kind of like if you imagine a hurricane, you have the eye of the storm. That's where the answers lie, in the eye of the storm. And listen, I flow between feminine, masculine, all of the things daily. Like today I was like, I definitely should, get ready and curl my hair and put on a cute outfit for this podcast. But guess what? I just am not feeling it. And I know if I were to do all of that, even though I would physically look good, I know I wouldn't feel as confident as what I was presenting as. You know what I felt confident in today and just comfortable in? Fucking sweatshirt and biker shorts. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's what I was feeling today. Tomorrow could be the complete opposite, but I do think it's really important to listen to that eye of the storm, listen to that intuition, listen to what calls to you. I've always been a very like tomboy-esque individual where I was always just like outside in the mud, not really caring, don't really care about doing my hair or makeup or any sort of that like feminine stuff. And it took me a long time to feel comfortable in that place. And of course, I'm sure a lot of you guys see me as very feminine. Like I said, it definitely flows day to day, but I started to feel more comfortable in myself when I just listened to how I was feeling in the moment and followed that intuition directly. I think it's very important. And I think, you don't have to box yourself in completely. It's okay to flow naturally. I do see life and just in general, everything as a spectrum. And me personally, I'm not just like a pin in the spectrum where I sit forever. I do think, my pin ebbs and flows along the spectrum on a daily basis. And once I learned to understand that, and once I learned to just go with the flow and to listen to myself daily and to do like little daily check-ins of how am I feeling? How do I want to dress? How do I want to present? Do I want to go outside today? Do I feel comfortable interacting with people today? That's when life got so much easier, okay? You don't have to box yourself into like feminine, masculine, gay, straight. Sometimes just listen to how you're feeling in the moment, and that's what truly holds value. What's to do about feeling like I'm regressing to 13-year-old me? Ooh. I actually had this conversation with my therapist. I was like, I feel like 26 right now feels very, very similar to 16 in a funny sort of way, funny, scary sort of way. And she immediately asked me, well, what at 16 did you not heal that you are now carrying with you at 26? And I think that's very important to ask, especially if you're like, wow, I feel like this old version of myself, what did you not do at that age, or what did you do, or what happened at that age that is like triggering you to maybe making you feel like that point in time again? And what can you do now as an adult, which is a blessing because we have more control, we have more choice, we have more understanding in ourselves, we've learned life lessons, we've moved forward. What can you do now to heal that side of you, to give yourself maybe that thing you are missing, to show yourself a little bit of love, to, make sure that you are living the life that age version of you needed? That's really all it's telling you. especially when it comes to anxiety or past traumas, when they do kind of find themselves, resurfacing, it's because it's trying to tell you something. It's not because something's wrong with you or something bad's happening or all the negative feelings. It's telling you something. It's trying to communicate something with you. So ask yourself, what am I being communicated with? What is it trying to tell me? And I feel like for me personally, when I say 26 feels a lot like 16, it's because at 16, I had all of these huge, lofty, amazing goals. And I have lived my early 20s accomplishing a lot, but there's more that I want to get out and do. And me feeling like I'm 16 again is not me feeling like stuck or small or depressed or anxious. It's actually telling me to get out there, to keep going, to keep accomplishing your dreams. There's more things you want to do. You maybe feel a little stuck here because you've outgrown this place. You're ready to get out there, to do more, to get a house, to move places, to get a new job, whatever it may be. It doesn't always have a negative connotation. It does always have a lesson though. Girl, I hate my toes, but my man wants to suck on them during sex. What do? I'm scared. Illy. Immediately ask him for his card and go to your local nail shop, get your toes done. First of all, ask him what color he wants your toes painted, then take his card, then go to the nail shop, then get your toes done. Then send him videos of your feet while you're getting your toes done. Then come home and have the freakiest, nasty sex of your entire life. But if your toes are done, you're going to feel more confident tenfold. Maybe throw a little toe ring on there if you want to get crazy. I have a toe ring. I've had a toe ring for honestly 4 years, and I love it. I think it makes my toes look so sexy. When I didn't have a toe ring, if you're ever insecure about something, accessorize it. That's probably my biggest piece of advice, especially if you're insecure about your body. Accessorize it. I used to think, if I accessorize, the part of my body that I don't like, then it's going to draw attention to it and then I'm going to overthink it. No. Oh, you hate your nose? Get it pierced. Bam. Now it's covered in diamonds and gold. Love it. Fantastic. Oh, you hate your titties? Cool. Get them pierced. Now they're covered in gold and glitter and hot, sexy, fantastic. Toes too long? Throw a toe ring on. You might as well make it sparkle a little bit if you think it's dull. That's probably the biggest piece of insecurity advice I can give you, especially when it comes to your body. Whether it's clothes, jewelry, tattoos, whatever it may be, decorate it a little bit. You deserve to celebrate yourself. Just because you're insecure about something doesn't mean you need to hide or shame yourself away from it or cover it up. In fact, it means you probably just need to address it, accept it, and move forward. Neutrality. Have you ever thought about streaming and playing games or a day in your life, etc.? Yes, actually, I have, and it's something that I'm working towards currently. I'm hoping to, and I know you're like, Hannah, you get my hopes up all the fucking time saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Well, guess what? Me too. And I'm tired of getting my hopes up and then doing fucking nothing. And one thing that me and my therapist have talked about recently is your anxiety is out of control because you're bored. Bitch, you're bored. Go do something. You need to be getting out of the house. You need to be going and running errands. Not just running errands, but you need to be doing things that inspire you and that keep you motivated, but are not just you sitting and Googling symptoms and freaking yourself out. You know what I mean? And so I, content-wise, love the podcast. We'll always do the podcast, period. We'll always do Patreon content, period. But something that I do want to work into my content schedule coming forward, not streaming. I don't think I could be a streamer. I don't think I have it in me. But to kind of edge myself into it, I would like to do more vlogs. I love editing. I love people's editing styles. I love, putting together cute, fun little videos. And so I am going to be making a vlog channel. And as soon as I am done watching my parents' dog, that's when I will start implementing my vlog channel. My goal is to put out 1 episode a week. I'm like, bitch, you can do 1 episode a week. You can do 1 vlog a week. Hello. The vlogs will be out earlier on Patreon. So if you want to join Patreon, patreon.com/smokestash but they will be available to everybody else like a couple days later for free if you are interested. I am going to start filming in about 2 weeks. So yes, it is something that I've thought about. And the same thing with my podcast. When I was like, oh, I want to start a podcast, I thought about it for 2 years. I sat here and I thought about it and I was like, well, I could do it. What would I talk about? What would I blah, blah, blah. How do I even do it? What technology do I need? Guess what, bitch? You're not going to be able to think yourself into figuring it out. You have to sit down and start fucking doing it. That is all it takes. All it takes is just like doing one step at a time, but most importantly, doing it. You will figure it out along the way. Yes, you'll run into roadblocks. Yes, you'll have to go buy things. You'll have to figure things out. You'll have to download new devices, whatever it is, but you will figure it out no matter what. I remember I sat here and I was like, do I do a podcast or do I not for 2 years? Finally started doing it. Now look where I am. So looking back and I'm like, wow, I accomplished so much. All I had to start is fucking doing it. That's kind of how I feel now with vlogging. And I'm like, I just need to start vlogging because I love hanging out with you guys. And I love sharing my life with you guys, no matter how mundane it might seem. And also, you know what's pissing me off? I keep getting recommended all of these like Kansas City influencers, and all of their advice is so bad. It's so bad. And I want to share the real Kansas City with you guys. They're like, best steak to eat. And it's like 801 Chop House. I'm like, girl, a chain steak restaurant? Hell no. Like, let's support some small local businesses if we possibly can. You know, let's actually find that good shit out there. And I want to share that with you guys. I want to share my life with you guys. I want to share my travels with you guys. You know, even when I'm anxious, I was like, well, let me make like a little day in the life of me running away from my demons. Like, very simple. So that is a big goal of mine and something that I want to do. And if any of you guys are sitting here and you're like, well, I want to do something too, this is your sign. Get up and go do it. You literally cannot think your way into perfectly performing it. It is all trial and error, but you know what comes first? Trial. That's what you got to do. So stay tuned for the vlogs. They will be out shortly, but they will be out before June ends, period. Y'all hold me to that. If I don't have one out before June, start shaming me. Like, genuinely, I give you permission to start shaming me. As Jesus has crackers and wine as his body and blood, what would be your body and blood? This question is crazy. You know what? Jesus kind of ate with the body and of blood, and you fucking, oh my god, the crackers and the wine. Okay, charcuterie board. Like, he was one of the girls for sure. My blood would be a crisp can of LaCroix, honestly. Or, you know what I've been really into recently? Grapefruit soda, especially this summer. When I want something just like slightly sweet and a little sparkling, a can of grapefruit soda goes a long way. And then my body would be definitely a breakfast burrito. There's one thing I am, it's consistent, and your girl fucking loves a breakfast burrito, safe to say. You guys, you know what? I think tracking my period is very important, especially with my emotions, because I was like, oh my god, I'm having a mental breakdown. My anxiety is too much. It's all too much. And then my like period tracker app just popped up with a notification that's like, happy period eve. Like, okay, that's why I'm losing my mind. I mean, that doesn't negate all the feelings that I'm having, but it does make sense why they're so incredibly heightened. Heard. All right. Well, happy period eve to me. Gonna be bleeding on the full moon. That'll be fun. Full moon in Sagittarius coming up, girls. Are you prepared? I'll do a full write-up on the Patreon. If you guys are curious, please come join. I love having you guys. I love hanging out with you guys there. We have such a fun little community. A lot of you guys ask me for my like a Discord, but honestly, Patreon is the Discord, if I'm being honest. But June 11th, it is a strawberry full moon in Sagittarius. I think for me personally, as a bit of a healing routine, I'm just going to let myself lose my mind a little bit. Strawberry moon feels a whole lot like a werewolf finally ripping its way out of its human body and just letting it be the crazy animal that it's supposed to be. Sagittarius's key characteristics: outgoing, optimistic, a little bit unhinged, enthusiastic, adventurous, lots and lots and lots of energy. But with that energy, it can also be a bit reckless, a bit chaotic, a bit very much so unhinged. That is a very broad generalization, but with any full moon, we can kind of expect those characteristics. So with it also behaving in the sign of Sagittarius, please expect to have those emotions heightened. For me personally, I will probably be engaging in activities. If I am locked up inside the house, I will feel like a wild beast in a cage. So I encourage you guys to get outside on the full moon. Go lay outside, go for a walk, do something. That's probably the most important key factor here. Go do something. If you feel like you're overwhelmed, go be alone, but go do something. If you feel like you need a distraction, go do something, but maybe with some people. Full moons are not for manifestation. Full moons are not for manifestation. Full moons are not for manifestations. Full moons is definitely where I kind of cry it out, and then I am prepared for the rest of the month. You know, it's where I have that like heightened sense of emotion and I physically exert it so that I am mentally prepared to continue on with my life. New moons are for manifestations, not full moons. But I do think with this Sagittarius full moon, it is kind of prepping us for a fresh start. It's prepping us for a breath of fresh air. It's prepping us for some fun, for some adventure. And I think we do have that to look forward to. So don't stress yourself out too much. Do something positive for yourself. And most importantly, get out there, do something, have some fun, seek fun. You deserve to have it. I think I'm overindulging in gossip, ... Yeah, it happens. I overindulge with gossip too much when I am unhappy with my own life. If you find yourself indulging in gossip too much, it's probably because there is something that you feel insecure about or something that you feel uncomfortable with in your own life. And when we feel that way, naturally, we want to overcompensate by kind of comparing, contrasting. And it's like, well, yeah, that sucks about me. But if I focus on what's so bad about other people, my situation doesn't seem so bad now, does it? But that is a soul-sucking way to live. And I have seen adult people who involve their entire lives with gossip and never address the real problems in their life. And it's scary. I feel like I'm looking at like a walking zombie. Like they have gnashing teeth and oozing skin, and they just want to grab onto you and sink their teeth into you and your problems, so then they can focus on you and make fun of you instead of actually paying attention to what is going on with them. I don't want any of you guys turning into a gossip zombie. That is not the life you deserve to live, okay? And listen, I do think gossip is healthy. I do think there is an element of gossip that is healthy. The element of it where like women gossip as a way to like warn each other of negative, bad behaviors of other people. I think that is valid and I think that is real. But that is a very fleeting moment in time. It is a very quick conversation. It is more so like addressing a problem and moving forward. It is not a constant topic of conversation. It is not the constant thing on your mind. It is not the most important thing that you have going on in your life is what somebody else is fucking up. Okay, it's a very easy way to kind of avoid your own problems and avoid your own issues. I mean, with everything, there's good to bad in everything, you know, and a little gossip here and there. It's for the girls. I love a little gossip. I love a little kiki. I love a little did you hear? But also, that can't be the most interesting thing I have going on about my life. Somebody else's issues, somebody else's problems, making fun of other people. Ugh, what a boring, soulless way to live my life. I feel that though. And the best way to really address it is to like check yourself. You know, you've already done that where you're like, I feel like I'm gossiping too much. Okay, you checked yourself. That's important. You've notified it. You have addressed it. You see it in yourself. Now, what I challenge you to do to move forward is ask yourself why Why are you paying attention to this thing that this person has going on, and what is it telling you about yourself? A lot of these negative processes that we go through is trying to tell you something. We're just not listening. We're not listening. We're not paying attention. So pay attention to yourself. You know, what are you running away from in your own life? Are you bored with your own life? Do you need to have more hobbies and activities and things to do? Is that why you feel like you're trying to supplement with other emotional things of other people's lives? That's the question I have for you, you know, going forward. That's how I think you could probably transform your life, is if you fill it with things, fill it with hobbies, fill it with activities, fill it with positivity, ideally. And the more so you do that, the less overconsumed you will be with other things that people have going on. What are your favorite US states to live in? I'm thinking about moving, Illy Queen. If you're young and you want to move, I could not give you more of a thumbs up, a yes, please go do it, than there is now. Please, if you are young and you want to go move, now is the time to do so before you are like settled down with kids, with a long-term job. When you're young, you have more energy, you have less things, okay? You have more of a drive. It's easier to move. And it's something that I've definitely been thinking about more now so than ever. I am so ready to move, but also there's so much of Kansas City that I just really enjoy and love and appreciate. And it's going to be very difficult for me to move from the Midwest. I keep saying, though, that I am ready to go live in the woods. I love the city, but my God, I am ready to just escape into the woods where only the animals live, have some chickens, have some greenhouses, have some stray cats, and just peace and quiet. That's what I'm seeking now. Big thing right now is I'm ready to get a house. Not financially, not mentally, but I know spiritually I'm ready to get a house. I'm ready to move into a house, to own a house, to like invest my time into my home. I was going to paint my apartment, but honestly, I'm just going to be painting someone else's place, and I am ready to have my own space, to have something that feels like mine, to have like a project. And I think a home would be fantastic for that. That's a very long-term goal that I am working towards. But when it comes to buying a house, I'm also thinking like, well, where do I want to move? For me personally, I think I could move out to the Great Plains of Kansas and have a great time out there. I also really feel called to like Northern California. If there's any Northern California girlies listening, I would love to live out there, just like have a farmhouse and be out in the woods in Northern California. Not like LA Northern, like northern, almost Oregon. I know my parents will move to Oregon, but I just don't think I'm an Oregon girly. I think Oregon is so incredible and so beautiful. I just don't think it's for me. I am trying to stay a little bit further south because I don't really want to deal with winters. I'm over winters. I've done enough winters in my life. I'm tired of the snow. I also think Montana was really beautiful. I definitely left a piece of my heart in Montana when I was there last year. I could see myself out there being a ranch hand, working with horses and just like out in the hills. One of my friends who I grew up with moved to Missoula, and her life out there is just so gorgeous and so beautiful. But I'm definitely a West Coast baddie. I don't think I can move to the East Coast. I don't think I'm meant for the East Coast. I'm definitely a West Coast baddie somewhere out there. Even like Illinois, I've heard, is really gorgeous in some areas. Just the nature aspect of it all. I think Denver or Colorado could be a great option. I just know how crazy busy it is right there right now. I just love the aspect that you can get to the mountains so fucking fast. But me personally, I'm feeling called to nature. And I think what's most important when you feel these intuitions of like, I want to move, I want to go somewhere, I want to be in this space, is if you ignore it. My biggest fear is growing up and being old, not being old, but like being old and looking back and being like, damn, I wish I just listened to myself and my intuition to do that thing. I wish I would have moved. I wish I would have taken that job. I don't want to have any I wishes. I want to do everything that I feel called to do. And not everything will be an overnight transformation. I know that, but I do understand that listening to my intuition is powerful. It is telling me something. And that's how you truly live your dream life, is if you follow that, if you go after the things you want, if you don't hold yourself back, and you just, most importantly, live your fucking life. So if you want to move, go do it. Me personally, I do think I'll probably end up in Northern California somewhere. Not sure quite where. I do want to go do like a big West Coast trip where I just hit town to town and feel out the energy, feel out the vibes, and hopefully settle down somewhere after that. Lots of ideas, lots of things, lots of big planning, but I know I will accomplish it all. How do I push through the pain of building new habits, aka eating healthy / waking up early? Well, temporary pain for long-term gain. That's something that I've been telling myself a lot now. Temporary pain for long-term gain. Temporary pain for long-term gain. Bitch, if I could get that tattooed on my forehead, I would. Temporary pain for long-term gain. I'm going to keep repeating it so then you can kind of process it a little bit. Listen, I think we're all afraid of like the rip the band-aid off situation. The rip the band-aid off moment where it's like, damn, this sucks. I don't want to leave behind my old life of binge eating DoorDash at 3 a.m. That's the way to live. You know, modern technology. I want to be doing that. That's my favorite thing to do. In fact, I did that all week. I was constantly eating not horrible, not healthy. I never want to demonize food, but we cannot be spending $30 on DoorDash, Taco Bell every single night. That is a problem. That's ultimately a problem. You know what I mean? Or not moving my body, staying too still, only being on my phone. That's a problem. We got to work out. We got to move. We got to do things. The best way to kind of also implement new hobbies and activities and, routines and rituals, you can't demonize your past life. If you demonize your past life, you're going to have this shame aspect that I do not think is motivating. I do not think shame is motivating. I mean, listen, if it's motivating for you, absolutely, but I don't think it is like it's not going to hold longevity in your life if you motivate yourself with shame. You must motivate yourself with the desire and the dream of who you want to be. You must look towards the future and that idealized version of yourself, not towards the past and who you were and what you didn't like. That's not going to be your motivating tool. What's going to be your motivating tool is that vision board, that dream self. That's what's going to get you there. I also think with the whole process of it all, you're going to have ups and downs. With anything in life, you're going to quote unquote fall off the wagon. You're going to eat a quote unquote unhealthy meal, or you're going to miss the gym one time, or you're not going to pick up that book that day. It is what it is. Don't focus on not doing it. Focus on your goal for the next day. Okay. Like, yeah, if you have a slip up, if you don't do that routine for the day, if you have a lazy girl day where you don't get out of bed, that's okay. Every single day is going to ebb and flow based on what we need. What's most important is, are you getting what you need in that moment, and what do you want to do moving forward? Temporary pain for long-term gain. The older I get, the more my joints hurt, which is freaking me out, which also is emphasizing the need for me to go to the gym more often to just like build up my bone density and to build up my muscle and my strength and my balance training. Balance is so important. So right now I'm really, especially with like eating and working out and staying in my routines and even like focusing on moving and getting a house, really what's making me motivated is not like, oh, I don't like where I am now. It's more so, I cannot wait to be that future version of myself, and I want to do right now what is best for 70-year-old Hannah or 50-year-old Hannah or 30-year-old Hannah. I want to do now what's best for them, so then I am able to secure a positive and healthy life in the future. That's what helps me stay motivated and helps me, keep the ball rolling a little bit. Or if I do fall off the wagon, to stand back up, to do better. You got this. We all got this. We're all learning a little bit together, but just take it one step at a time. What I say now, more so than ever, if you don't know what to do, visualize that dream self. Build a mood board. Get on Pinterest. Make a Pinterest board of like my dream life, what I want to do, things like that. It'll help you just get a simple idea and build that momentum so then you're able to move forward. Speaking of, someone asked growing pains. Adulthood growing pains. There's a lot of them. A lot of it is just like the unknown and the weight of it all. That's my growing pains. What is it? Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the hill. Like literally me and all my dreams, my hopes and my desires. Like shit that weighs on you. Shit, that boulder is heavy. My God, that's the growing pains that you really have in adulthood. It's no longer like when you were younger where you could, you know what's fucking crazy? Like literally when you were younger, you ever get that way where it's like, I can feel my bones expanding in my body? Like, that's crazy. Being a child is fucking gnarly. Like your teeth are falling out. You can feel your bones and your muscles expanding in your body. Like it's physically painful. That's crazy. That's impressive. That's impressive. Adulthood, it's all mental. You know, your body's done all that it can do. And now it's a lot of like these mental hoops, these mental games of just ultimately figuring it out. The growing pains are just like, shit, let me add another thing to the list. Let me take one more step. Let me keep trying to grow and keep trying to work my way there. But also, like, that's kind of the game of life, you know? And you got to play the game. You got to play the game. You got to be an active participant, an active player. And the more you visualize life as a game and not as a, like, mental math challenge, the easier it gets, okay? This is a game of life. This is a game of Clue. This is a game of fucking Yahtzee, all right? You got to have a little bit of fun with it. You got to laugh when you mess up. You got to roll your eyes when someone gives you the draw four. You got to just keep it pushing, but never throw all your fucking cards down and give up. That's not what we're doing here, all right? And also, growing pains, tip and trick advice, number one piece of advice, don't focus on the pain. Don't focus on the pain. Pain's not worth being focused on. Focus on the gain always. What are we getting out of it? What are we learning? What are we stepping towards next? Okay, what lesson came out of this? What friendship did we make? What, strength did we build? That's what you need to be focusing on, not the pain of it all, not the boulder sitting on your back. Don't focus on that. Focus on the next step up the fucking hill, bitch. You got this. You got this. And yeah, definitely try and have as much fun as you can. Speaking of, again, these questions are really nice. They're all kind of leading into each other, and I'm glad we're all kind of having the same existentialism mindset at the same time. It's so funny how that works out. I love how connected we are all. Like, we're all so individual, but like collectively we're all kind of on the same wavelength, on the same path. And truly, like, I love doing this podcast because it does make me feel just so much less alone. And I'm so glad that we have this community, and I'm so thankful to all of you. Thank you. I genuinely cannot emphasize as oh my god, brain chill, emphasize as much as I want to how thankful I am for you guys in this community, and just like the rawness, the realness. Like, life's silly, life's a little fucked up, life's a little odd, but that's okay. We have each other, and we're here to have some fun. Healthy outlets. You know what? I've been really into the nervous system regulation. Really into the nervous system regulation of it all. Like, imagine hating on me and I'm at home dunking my face in a bowl of ice water. Like, imagine hating on me and I'm doing a 5-minute yoga flow session because I'm having a panic attack. Like, girl, I truly am doing everything in my power right now, especially with my overwhelming anxiety, to regulate my nervous system. You need to address what is not helping you, okay? What's not helping you? Being on that damn phone. Goddamn, your parents are right. Get off that damn phone. Your grandma was right making fun of you at Christmas dinner about being on TikTok. Yes, get off the damn phone. It is not helping you at all. Googling symptoms, not helping you. Not making time for yourself, not helping you. Not getting out of the house, not helping you. Not living the life that you want to be living, not helping you. Not going literally outside in nature, not helping you. Not drinking water or eating enough food, that's not helping you. Doing too many substances, not helping you. All right, address the things that are kind of like causing setbacks or causing unnecessary anxieties or freaking out your nervous system. Address those things. It's important. Just because you address them, it doesn't mean you're going to stop doing them. Like, duh. But it will help you be aware of just like the cause, so then you can implement a regulation. Now, for me personally, I created a nervous system menu. Okay, it's kind of like a dopamine menu, but it's a nervous system menu where when I am feeling a bit out of control, I feel a bit dysregulated, a bit anxiety-inducing, crazy panic attack, whatever it is, I have a nervous system menu of things that I enjoy doing that help me pause, that help me regroup and rebalance. And I have this written down in my notes app. So when I am in that moment and I'm kind of like fight or flighty, I don't have to recall all of those things. I can pause, go to my notes app, pick one thing. Okay, pick one thing. I guarantee it'll help. Things that are on my nervous system menu. Things we've already talked about. Sunlight exposure, getting outside, going on a walk, reading 10 pages of a book or even just one chapter of a book, chugging a glass of water, dunking my face in ice water, or even my feet. That's another one. If you don't like dunking your face, if that causes you like anxiety, put your feet in a bowl of ice water. Ground yourself. Go stick your feet in the dirt. Go physically sit on the ground. Doing a 5-minute yoga flow. Putting on jazz music and doing some deep breathing. I love a butterfly hug. My therapist taught me about butterfly hugs, where you cross your arms like this and you do slow taps, bilateral stimulation. Okay. It feels calming. It feels regulating. It feels like you're giving yourself a hug. I love it. Very easy to do in the moment. Weighted blankets are fantastic. I love a weighted blanket if you feel like you are like freezing up and you need just like an even bigger hug, you know. A warm bath, a really hot shower, even a cold shower if I need that. Journaling is great. I talked about writing down my worries, crumpling them up, physically throwing them away. Giving my kitty cat a little bit of love, going over to him and telling him some affirmations and nuzzling my face in his fur. That really helps. But dude, after COVID, after like just the chaos of the world that's going on right now, it is very normal to be stressed the fuck out, especially if you are in your 20s. I mean, your 20s is a whole entire decade. I don't care what age you are, but it is very, very normal for us to be like, whoa, a bit dysregulated, a bit overwhelmed. There's so much information. There's so much going on. We need to prioritize ourselves a little bit if we are not doing so. And getting anxious and then immediately going on your phone or TikTok to try and distract yourself is not helping. You know it's not helping. I know it's not helping. So let's figure out what can help. Your homework this week. Yes, I'm giving you guys homework. Yes, you're welcome. I am your therapist for the week. Create a nervous system menu. Put it in your notes app where you can reach for it very easily, very quickly. Write down things that actually calm you down. Write down things that are helpful. If you don't know what helps you, maybe test some things out. If a 5-minute yoga flow doesn't fit in with what you enjoy doing, then don't include it on the list. Only include things that work. Oh, one that I left off, getting creative, drawing, painting, going on a bike ride, whatever it is, whatever calls to you, whatever makes you feel good and distracts you a little bit, calms you down, grounds you. Add that to the list. Very important. So when you are having that moment, or you get off work and you need a way to settle down from the chaos of your work day, or if you have a day off and you don't know what to do with your time other than scroll on your phone, then you have options to quickly access and to quickly implement. It's important. You're important. We need to take care of ourselves. And it doesn't need to be in this stressful manner of I need to be doing every single thing perfect. I need to be living a perfect life from when I wake up to when I go to bed. You're not going to have it all figured out completely in that way. But I do think it's important in those moments that you don't know what to do, or you do feel dysregulated, or you do feel like you need a moment to yourself, that you have options and you have the coping mechanisms and the tools to do so that aren't so negative. That's why I asked for a fish tank for my birthday. You guys, I got a fish tank. I have been loving it. I love having a fish. He is so freaking cute. Little beta fish that I saved from PetSmart. We found this really cool fucking like fish store, and they had the craziest beta fish I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm talking $100 beta fish. Like these were like getting a dog from a breeder instead of like going to the pound. I was like, I feel like I need to go to the pound to be able to, like, I don't want to give PetSmart my money in that sort of way, but I do feel the need to save this animal and give it a good life. But I've been like aquascaping. I've been like getting new plants and planting them in my fish tank. We got snails last week. The snails are fucking hilarious. Watching them like swim around. Me and my cat will sit next to the fish tank. When I need to like distract myself, that's not with a tablet, like a child, I will just sit next to my fish tank and watch my fish and hang out with him and like look at the snails and aquascape a little bit, change out some water, feed my fish, whatever it is. And it's such a nice little way to like pause and relax a bit and distract myself with something that's like a little silly. And for me personally, I think it's important to have things that rely on me, that's not just myself. Like getting up and having a full routine of taking care of my cat is important. It gives me something to do outside of myself and it gives me purpose. And he's so sweet and I would do anything for him. Having plants, okay? That's important. It gives me at least like 10 to 15 minutes twice a week where I am getting off my phone or distracting myself a bit and watering my plants, doing something for something else. It gives me purpose. It gives me drive. Feeding my fish, taking care of my snails, making sure the plants in my fish tank are healthy. It's good. It's important. I think having purpose is important. And if you don't know what your purpose is, like, go get a little fish. I mean, make sure you give it a good life. Or go get a little plant if you don't want all the stressors of having a living animal near you. But it is so silly. Like, I'm watching these snails. They're about to have babies, I know for a fact, because they've been fucking in this fish tank. They've been having a good ass time. I must have a good environment in there because these snails been going crazy. And this cutie little fish is adorable. He's like opalescent, like blue and pink and yellow. He's so gorgeous. And it was honestly such a good little birthday idea. I never know what to ask for birthdays. It's easy to ask for items or things, but I'm tired of things. I'm tired of things and needing things or needing to rely on items to bring me some sort of dopamine. People ask me a lot about like shopping addictions and like how to break shopping addictions. It's just because you want things. You want that dopamine boost. And honestly, I have too much shit around me. I don't need more things. If I do get things, I want them to provide something for my life. I want them to appeal to my five senses. I want them to actually like implement positivity into my life, like getting a fish tank or getting a plant or maybe a new perfume that I wear daily that makes me feel more like myself, or a new set of paints that I'm going to sit down and use for 5 hours in the afternoon that's going to bring me joy, a new book that I can escape into. If you're going to surround yourself with things, make sure that they're things that are actually like giving you something, that are providing you something, that are giving you a little bit of joy, giving you a little positivity, not just like that purchase button positivity, but like daily positivity. Like new, fresh, clean sheets, a soft blanket, a warm candle. I don't know. My frontal lobe is definitely like developed. Your girl is locked in. And what's kind of funny is the mid-20s meltdown. Mid-20s meltdown is very real. It's very real. But it's kind of healing in the sort of sense where the early 20s mental breakdown is very much so a mental breakdown of like, I don't know who the fuck I am. You feel very much so like a newborn in an adult world, and you're surrounded by all these adults who know what the fuck's going on, but you're sitting here and you're like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just doing the best I can, and I'm still growing and I'm still changing, and I don't feel very secure with myself. It's kind of a bigger mental breakdown when you're in your early 20s. It's okay. Be patient with yourself. You'll figure it out. Your mid-20s is a little bit more stable, but it's like the call to stabilize even more. I'm deep cleaning my house. I'm getting rid of random things. I'm not shopping so much and buying these random dopamine boost bullshit. I'm, doing the shadow work. I'm healing myself. I'm looking towards the future more so now than ever. The mid-20s meltdown is definitely like, I feel the crushing weight of it all, and I know it's up to me to live up to it, but like, I can fucking do it. You have that stability. You have those strong legs from carrying that boulder for so long that deep down inside that like you have the tools and the means and the strength to do it. The weight of it is just, it's up to me. It doesn't need to be so scary. We can do anything. Anything we set our hearts out to do, we can go do it. Anything that we want to achieve in this life, we can go do it. Sure. Is it up to us? Yes. But that's like the beautiful part of life. You don't have to like wait on somebody else. You don't have to like wait on your boyfriend to buy you that thing, or wait on your parents to figure it out for you, or wait on your best friend to, achieve this thing for you. You can go do it. You don't need anybody else to do it for you. You can figure it out. You can achieve the things you want to achieve. You can live that dream life that you have always wanted to live. It's just, are you going to go out and get it? I know you will. I know you will, because you're listening to the Smoke Sesh podcast. And if you're listening to this podcast, it's because you want more from life. It's because you want to live and discover and achieve new things and have a good time. We are all deserving of having a good time, okay? Life's important. Live a good life. Have good sex. Eat good food. Travel as much as you can. Listen to your intuition. Follow your feelings. Follow those gut instincts. If you're not having a good time, it's a sign that you need to change something. Seek help if you need it. Surround yourself with love. Invest in community. Don't hold yourself back from the world. The world is meant to be experienced and loved and shared. It's important. And you're important. With that being said, we have come to the end of the podcast. I know. I'm so sorry. This was kind of a rambly one, but I think it was very cathartic for me. I think it has this episode definitely has healed a part of me and stabilized my brain a little bit, especially after a bit of a chaotic week. So thank you for being here and helping me through that and standing beside me. Regulate that nervous system, girls. You deserve it. Get out there. Go enjoy the sunshine. Go lay in a river. Go swim in a pool. You deserve it. You deserve everything you desire. If you want to see more from me, though, and you want your question answered, follow me on Patreon, patreon.com/smokesessionparty, where I do a exclusive episode every Thursday where I answer every single one of your questions. Yes, every single question that you submit, I answer on Thursdays on the Patreon. And if you want your question answered on the main episode, follow me on Instagram at Hannah Marlene to see what I'm up to, new recipes. You can always just DM me your question there or call-ins. I want to implement more call-ins soon, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot coming. I have a lot I'm working on mentally, physically, and always for you guys. Vlogs coming soon. I will have a separate vlog channel on YouTube. I don't know if you watch this on YouTube or Spotify. Thank you to all my Spotify listeners. Oh my gosh. And for sitting through the ads. I really appreciate it. With ad monetization, I will be able to afford just to create more, to have the funds to buy technology to create more. And I'm so thankful to all of you guys for showing up every week, for showing up for me, for showing up for you. Full moon coming up. Do something for you. Get outside. Enjoy the world around you. It's meant to be lived and experienced and enjoyed. I want to get a little crazy next week, so send me your craziest fucking questions. I'm talking don't hold back. Send me your wildest shit. Kind of like a confessionals episode, but instead that one question that you're too scared to Google. I want to hear it. I want to hear from you guys. No shame. We don't we don't give in to shame here. We have a good time. No matter what, through the pain of it all, through the weirdness, through the craziness. I want to get a little crazy next week. We'll have a silly episode. But with that being said, stay sane, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.